Good morning. No trading for me yesterday, although looks as if there was a winning play for Bromley. Let's take a look. It's a very quiet day yesterday. Emphatic response from Southampton, though, with Wrexham. Where did those 5 goals come from all of a sudden? They've been hitting some solid form, haven't they? 4 consecutive wins for the Saints. And this was a squabble about who's going to be in the playoff place. And it's landed with the Saints with that win yesterday. Shrewsbury did score first and early. Bromley coming back for an efficient 2-1 win. Well, the apparent 2-2-6 formation for Bayern Munich paying off yesterday with a 1-2 win against Real Madrid. And the Arse getting a 1-0 win against Sporting Lisbon. Keeping Luis Suarez quiet. A very good move yesterday from Arsenal. Elite SerieA and Bundesliga too early in the league's season for us to have an interest there. Similar story, SuperEtten. And that was it yesterday. So let's have a look at today. Same as yesterday, really. You're unlikely to be hearing from me this evening. I'm not staying up till 3 a.m. my time, just for 2 matches. And not only that, first legs of the Champions League. So far too difficult. I don't have a strong angle in Barcelona, Atletico Madrid or Paris Saint-Germain, Liverpool. It's quite as simple as that. Anything can happen. These are 2-legged affairs. Tactics play a huge part. On seasonal form, of course, Barcelona are absolutely unstoppable in Spain. Have had a recent 2-1 win against Atletico Madrid in La Liga, so that could augur well for this evening. Paris Saint-Germain, Liverpool. Liverpool could be aiming for a 0-1 here. Paris Saint-Germain's forward line pretty solid, but again, very difficult to trade or to get an angle in. And Braga and Betis, 2.55 the favourite. You'd be looking out for Real Betis insofar as they do have a 2-goal threat in them at times. They might need that and Braga scores first, but 2.55 the favourite makes absolutely no appeal at all. Turkish Super League, you might get something out of Göztepe and Galatasaray. We could have a quick look at this one, given time is our friend. So head off to Turkey. See if we can unpack this one. First thing we look at is a league position. So Göztepe finding themselves 5th and will remain 5th with a win. Galatasaray a point ahead of Fenerbahce and Trabzonspor, so very tight at the top. They've got a game in hand, so this could be a vital win for Galatasaray. Göztepe will go to 49 with a win. We can have a look at the match itself. Might find an angle, but it's another one of those days I won't be doing a live stream this evening at all. It's well within your scope to handle 3 matches. Don't forget that not trading is also a good trading decision. I find these first legs very difficult. Obviously, the second leg will give us that angle in. Looks like Göztepe are pretty solid at home, albeit 3 consecutive draws at home, 2 of them 0-0. One of them against the Turkish Yorkshireman, Ayotspor. Fantastic stuff. Aye, great, lovely. Smashing that. Aye, fantastic. 2 defeats in 3 came away. So obviously Galatasaray more vulnerable on the road. You can look at them at home. No defeat 14. Unbeaten 6 at home for Göztepe. So they're putting together a good set of stats. But notably, you can see they've failed to beat the top 3 home or away. So that's notable. Galatasaray themselves away from home. 2 of their 3 defeats away saw them fail to score. So if they do get a goal, they're more likely to avoid defeat today. Top 5, well, it's a lot more vulnerable, isn't it? Draw, loss, draw, 0-1 win, and then that emphatic win against Göztepe. So if that turns up today, there'll be value odds. And that is that. Let's have a quick look at the tennis from yesterday. I did make some money, but I did it not with the traditional trading, but with a set of set betting plays. Calling it right though. Let's have a look yesterday at some of these matches. Echeverry winning the first set against Dimitrov, not a surprise. This one was interesting. Hurkacz winning the first set, 1.36. Darderi responded. I played this one. I laid Hurkacz. I think I played this one. So I think what I did here, I had a risk-free trade. I think I had a £15 green screen, which I should have kept really. But I decided to risk it at 1.02. Lay Hubert Hurkacz at 1.02 for 16 quid, just in case we got a Darderi response. So in essence, a risk-free play this one on Hurkacz lay. But Darderi did win the second set, lost in the third. Yannick Sinner far too efficient yesterday, but you've got to be laying them at 1.02 if you can get that similar odds on Betfair. Milan Cilic, I've forgotten his name. Marin Cilic, been going for years and years. And he's still got a bit of a tune out of him as well. Zumir and Marozan, 1.36, 6.2, 6.2, very comfortable. But I actually laid, I think I got this one. No, I didn't record this one, but I think we got a good go from Zumir in the first set, despite the scoreline. There was enough early on for me to look to lay him 2-0 in the set betting. I think it was this one. I didn't record it though. Atmani and Quinn. Well, a 1.73 the favourite is not the strongest favourite in the world, is it? It suggests a tight match. And this Quinn was pretty good. He had beaten Casper Ruud on clay. And it was all going by the serve in the second set. First set, service game for Quinn was appalling, but he suddenly tightened up. 4 consecutive. I think 3 of them were 40 love. So an emphatic performance from Quinn, but he got done late on. But that was enough. That response from Quinn, 4 consecutive service games for me to get out of this. I think I laid up money 2-0 in the set betting. So it's yet another one of those where I made a small profit and I sacrificed the profit at 1.1 odds, laying up money 2-0 up. So that could be a way in if you make yourself a small gain and then you can speculatively lay the player leading. 1.1 odds at 32 quid for a risk-free play. That's the kind of thing I was experimenting with yesterday in the set betting market. This was interesting as well. Gael Monfils against Bublik. Look at the odds. You're going to get a battling performance from Gael Monfils in front of home support in Monte Carlo, but likely common sense will prevail. And indeed it did. Yet again, a chance to lay Bublik in the 2-0 set betting market. Sorry, lay Monfils 2-0 in the set betting market. And continuing my speculating. No, I didn't continue speculating. I got out. Monfils putting in a good shift. So I thought those odds of 7 about him to win 2-0, pretty good value. So it's quite a high liability, but I was playing around yesterday. I like this set betting market. It's not really trading, is it? Because it's more emphatic. You'll get the set win, and then you'll be able to cash out. I backed Monfils for 8p at odds of 1,000 to get rid of the liability. Just collected that there. So what happened here? Monfils was looking good. And I was expecting the Frenchman to over-deliver, but then remain under par, which indeed he did. So you get enough of a move here, particularly when Bublik breaks in the first set, despite Monfils looking pretty strong to start with. Cameron Norrie and Alex de Minaur, yet another getting involved, because Cameron Norrie started very brightly indeed. I thought this 4.8 was extremely good value for money to lay Norrie in the 2-0 set betting market. Now, de Minaur won the opening match in the tiebreaker, the opening set, which was a pity. Could have done with Cameron Norrie doing that, but an emphatic performance from Norrie in the second set had us, well, I had it be 2-0 laid already in the first set because Cameron Norrie was giving a really good account in that first set. But I was looking over time at top 6 de Minaur, and I don't think Norrie would have won 2-0. So quite happy to have taken Norrie on while he was looking good in the first set. You can see all on serve. And then when de Minaur lost his serve there, that's when you lay Cameron Norrie 2-0 set betting. That's your angle in. Because his odds are going to be shorter. Because you're expecting him to win that first set. Now he's got the break. But no, immediately broken back. And then started generating break points on de Minaur's serve. So a really good performance from Cameron Norrie yesterday. But playing a top 6. And he lost his service game for 4-4 onwards. So plenty of scope in the set betting market. When Cameron Norrie got the break, 2-0 set betting win would have been a lot shorter. 4.8, you get involved then because the market thinks he's going to win at least the first set. So this is just experimenting with the set betting market. The liabilities are high. But if you can enter the market at a decent entry point, low odds, you've got an extremely good chance. And without the first set even losing, even finishing, you've got a good chance of picking up a little bit of green. Popyrin and Casper Ruud, yet another one of those. Popyrin, really good on paper. He beat Casper Ruud this time last season in this very tournament in the quarter-final stage. But Casper Ruud coming into this needing to deliver, and indeed doing so. So values in the eye of the beholder here. Popyrin 7.8 for a 2-0 lead. I took that and I got out. Got out at hundreds. So this is a high liability trading angle. You can see it does have some promise, particularly if you sacrifice the small profit you've made in order to create for yourself a potentially bigger return. So not your traditional match odds trading yesterday, but it was effective enough for me. No ladies yesterday, interestingly, at Monte Carlo. Let's have a look at today. And the first thing I look for is to shortlist matches that instinctually for me, I can have a good stab and say, yes, I think this bloke's going to be doing X, Y, and Z today. He could offer us a good trading angle. Algo Reliciem, well, this is a tenuous French connection. Canadian-French in Monte Carlo. Marin Cilic, I don't think he's got the legs these days. He makes Joe Biden look like a 20-year-old Cilic. He's been around for years. But he's got the service game to potentially dig out a tiebreaker or not. Talking of Frenchmen in France, Atmanet against Etcheverry. Etcheverry very impressive against Grigor Dimitrov yesterday. And again, another one I played, but I didn't record the Dimitrov match. Just get the hint. Frenchman in France, Corentin Moutet against Casper Ruud again. We might see an improved performance from the Frenchman in front of home support. That would be my angle in here. Potentially try to win the first set against Casper Ruud, who should click into gear. Musetti has been a real star. I caught him last year and the year before on his rise. Consistent performer. Is he going to continue today? You'll look at his rankings now, and he's plummeting down the rankings to world number 5. So we saw the world number 6 winning yesterday. Vachereau, little known about him. He sounds like a Frenchman, Vachereau. Got to be a little cautious if it is a Frenchman in his home tournament. But certainly, I would hope that Musetti would perform as usual. Hurkacz's getting the win yesterday, but not favoured today. That's notable, isn't it? Elsewhere, well, Zverev likely to take all the beating and go deep. There's the Fons. He sit on it. Kerendulu and Fonseca, these are South Americans on clay. Take the hint, potentially, I think, today. I don't know these players that well. Andrei Rublev can go a bit. He does have a fiery temper, but he is a class act. Daniil Medvedev looks decent odds against Berrettini. You can have a look at the ATP rankings for these two. Again, it's a top 10 against the world 90th. But do investigate to see whether Berrettini has been injured recently, and that's the reason for his rise in the rankings. Daniil Medvedev leads 3-0 in the head-to-head. That's all you really need to know for that particular match today. So if Berrettini looks as if he's going to win the first set, might be a possibility to lay Berrettini 2-0 set betting. Elsewhere, so that's my starting point, is an idea that I know these players, I've got a fair idea that they could over-deliver, particularly the French contingent when they're not favoured. They could win the first set, but not necessarily go on and win the match. Billie Jean King Cup, no thank you. Linz, few familiar names. Yelena Ostapenko, but I'm very much adrift of the ladies' game at the moment. 1.05 Andreeva as well. So it's just the men's tennis today. I'll be following it with interest. I'm trying to nick or get some more profits today. But these starred matches are the ones that really stand out for me. So I've been putting together some tennis apps. Let's have a look at some of them. I can't really have a look at this one. This needs the client ID, etc. put in. But I think tennis is good for app development. If you can get the app to do your tennis research for you. Tennis trading analytics as well. So this Ace Trade is an all-encompassing app. If it will show, here it is. And a copy of tennis trading again. This is 1v1. So let's have a look at Le Hecker v Tableau. Le Hecker Tableau. And members of FootballTradingProfits.com will be getting these apps soon. As soon as I suss out how to get them to you and cover my costs. Looks like this one needs fixing. So generate, not working. So a little bit of work to be done, but these will be ready soon. So Le Hecker and Tableau. This is another one, AI Intel. We can have a look at Le Hecker v Tableau and see what comes up. So this is the kind of research we'll be looking at. Context, we need to know the surface. Recent form, exceptional for Le Hecker, so that's interesting. Is he the favourite today? Yes, he is. Exceptional form, is that enough to have you interested? Tight match volatility, priced around 1.7. Indeed. And that's going to suggest a tight match. So this app is doing a good job, just alerting you to the concerns in trading a match. Entry and exit points it provides as well. So I wonder if those will be useful a bit later on. So tennis fixated today. I won't be around this evening. For members, have a great evening and I'll see you again tomorrow.